Protect military babies. Is that so hard? Stacey Abrams says no, and Kirsten Gillibrand has to go. And Donald Trump is looking for space cadets. I'm Jamal Simmons, and this is why you should care. The great winnowing continues. No, we aren't talking about the Democratic primary. This time, we're talking about the Trump administration's continued effort to limit immigration, and now citizenship. This week, it's U.S. service members who are in the focus. Yesterday, the Trump White House introduced new rules that make it more difficult for children of immigrants and some citizens serving in the U.S. military and living overseas to be granted citizenship. That means if a service member who is a legal United States resident but not a citizen is stationed overseas and has a child, that child would no longer qualify for automatic American citizenship. The policy update could also affect citizens who can't prove that they lived in the U.S. for a certain amount of time. Those people would have to go through a complicated process just to be sure their kids obtain their citizenship status. Here's why you should care. Former Senator John McCain was born in the Panama Canal while his dad was serving in the Navy. He was granted automatic citizenship. American military are serving all over the world, and we should be looking for ways to honor them, protect them, and embrace their families, not take benefits away. Stacey Abrams, the surprise Democratic candidate who almost defeated her Republican opponent Brian Kemp in the 2018 Georgia gubernatorial race, has stated for the upteenth time that no, she will not be running for the United States Senate. After Republican Senator Johnny Isakson announced he would retire due to health reasons, fans of Abrams stirred in excitement that the voter protections champion would maybe go for it. But she squashed that talk. Her spokesman released a statement saying that Abrams will not change her focus. She will, however, lead voter protection efforts in key states across the country and make sure Democrats are successful in Georgia in 2020. For now, it's clear that Stacey Abrams wants to keep on fighting voter suppression, and she's taking a pass on the Senate. Democrats are still hopeful of winning that chamber back in the next election, and here's why you should care. Georgia's just one example of a pathway for Dems to retake the Senate in 2020. As you may remember, Democrats regained control of the House but lost some Senate seats in 2018. The Senate emerges as a key focus for the Blue Party just as much as winning back the White House. As Senator Kirsten Gillibrand said goodbye to the presidential race, she noted in her announcement, "Let's go beat Donald Trump and win back the Senate." Former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper dropped out of the presidential contest a few weeks ago, and he decided to run for the Republican-held Senate seat in the Rocky Mountain state. Georgia isn't the only southern state turning a shade of purple. Texas is also in Democratic sights. Some people are wondering what other 2020 hopefuls might ditch the race for the White House in exchange for the Senate. Beto O'Rourke. Space Force. President Trump is looking for space cadets. I really just wanted to say that so badly. I love this story. The president is signing the executive order today that establishes the Space Command he announced earlier this year. According to our reporting team here at The Hill, General John Raymond was confirmed by the Senate as the first leader of Space Command back in June, and the units under Raymond's command will do several things. They'll do missile warning, satellite operations, space control, and a few other things. Obviously, there are real challenges happening up there. When we talked to Jim Sciutto about his book Shadow War on Rising just a while back, he reported on the threats of kamikaze satellites designed to collide with U.S. satellites in a conflict. They could wipe out military and civilian capacity to communicate. This is serious business. Despite any concerns over the militarization of space, the new Space Command is seen as an advanced operation that could lead to a new military branch called Space Force. Space Force would obviously conduct military operations in outer space, not inner space. And for the record, there was no mention of Skynet in any of the news releases, but we will keep watching for anything that could be used by an aspiring artificial intelligence and a bunch of bad actors trying to subjugate the human race. Go Space Force. Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos, and head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.